Okay, so this may be one of the crazier videos you've seen me do in a while. So I'm road tripping. I'm in Vermont right now on my way to New Hampshire. It is freezing. It's about 30 degrees, so that's technically freezing. And I got an email, a message from one of our youth who's struggling. One of our youth who's gone through some epic life changes, but they're struggling. They've set some goals and they've had some problems. So I'm driving down the road and I think, yep, now is a great time to do a video. And I'm going to do a video in the middle of this river that I'm driving next to. And it's not a shabby river. You know, it's not epic. It's not the Colorado, but it's not shabby. And why the middle of the river? I don't know. I've always had an idea, a goal to do a video in the middle of a river. I don't think this will be my last one, but it is my first one. And I am literally standing in the middle of this river. You know, I'm trying to give you guys a little see there. I'm standing on this rock in the middle of a river. What does this have to do with the email, and why did I stop? It has everything to do with it. You see, I set this crazy goal that I didn't really even understand, you probably don't understand, of doing a video in the middle of a river. And as I'm walking about 20 minutes trying to hike and go through the shrubbery and try to figure out a place where I can cross. I finally find this place where I can cross onto this river where it's not too crazy. And I start hopping from rock to rock. Well, my rock hopping skills from my 20s, if you can see there, are not quite as great in my 30s. I slipped. I fell. It's cold. I have water up to about my knees. My feet are fairly freezing. And it's cold outside. Probably not the best combination for a guy who just got done being sick. But that's okay. Here's my point. How many times in life do we set the crazy goal? Do we set this obstacles and we set all these things up in front of us we may not even understand? We're trying to overcome something, maybe a bad habit, drug use, family issues, our own personality quirks, whatever. We set up to make a change in our life, to make this crazy change, the shift, and we slip. And we fall. And here's some of the reality in that. Let's just take drugs, for example, okay? You're trying to get off drugs. You're a youth. I'm going to speak to one particular youth here, but hopefully everybody can listen. You're a youth. You're dealing with drugs, alcohol, all these kinds of things. You're in a community that supports drugs and alcohol. And you make a choice. I'm going to change. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to do alcohol. I don't want to do these things anymore. I want to change. I want to be a different person. I want to be the best me I can be. So you make this decision. Guess what? Everybody in your community that you've grown to be a part of and love, they don't get you. Your drug dealer doesn't want you to stop drugs. The guy who sells you alcohol does not want you to stop drinking alcohol. These guys think you're crazy. Heck, you even think you're a little bit crazy because how are you going to act without these drugs? How are you going to deal with these situations? So you start off on this journey and you slip and you fall. And you're trying to set yourself in this new community that doesn't like drugs and isn't doing drugs and doesn't use drugs, right? And so you feel ashamed. And so you're sitting there and you can see the shore, right? Metaphor time, people. The middle of the river, the rock, the shore, these are all metaphors. You see the shore and you say, you know what, I could just turn around, go back. I've fallen, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do a video in the middle of the river. That was a stupid idea. So you turn around, you go back to shore. Well, what's on shore for you? What's on shore for you is the drug dealer, the drugs, the problems, all the stuff you were trying to get away from, but it's comfortable. So what do? You go there. Sorry, camera, water. Oh, and by the way, it's raining as well. So you go there, right? You go back to the shore. No, keep going. Make the video in the middle of the freaking river. Because maybe you don't understand everything. Maybe you don't know why you're making the video in the middle of the river, aka metaphor. Replace it with whatever else. But you know it's where you're supposed to be at that moment in that time. And it might be hard. You might get wet up to your knees. There may be things that happen, but don't let shame hold you back. You can let people know, right? I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I got 20,000 people on Twitter, right? Nothing huge or crazy, but those are people. I don't want everyone to know I fell into the river, really. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's not a big deal. I fell in the river. I'm still making the video. I'm still doing this, right? You're the same kind of person because you're a human being. Every human being is going to slip and fall, right? None of us were just given everything in life. All of us have to work for what we need, what we want. And you're just having to work a little bit harder on this particular thing, but you're loved and people support you and they care about you. So keep pushing forward. Make that video in the middle of the river, no matter how many people think you're crazy. Make it happen. Because you know what? It's going to be a life-changing experience. You're going to be in the middle of the river how many times in your life? So keep moving forward. Don't let shame hold you back. Be the best you can be. And just understand you're human when you slip up. And it's okay. It's okay. And it's okay to admit you slipped up. Doesn't mean you have to go back to shore. Doesn't mean you have to go back to that life that you're trying to get away from. Hope this has been informational for some people. I know it will be for one person. But hey, it's 30 degrees. I fell in the river. It's cold. I got like 3 hours of driving ahead of me. So I gotta go. Bye.